Okay, so we just finished uh, Chapter 1, Section 1, and we talked about land, labor, capital, and entrepreneurship, and how the most important of those four factors of production is entrepreneurship, because you can have land, labor, and capital, and all of that is meaningless unless you have an entrepreneur that puts it in place. You can have a field, you can have some tractors there, you can have workers who will go out and work in the field. But unless you have a farmer that comes along and says, okay, we're going to work, we're going to grow corn, or we're going to grow soybeans, or we're going to grow wheat, all of that is meaningless. So here, if you get a chance, there are a lot of specific qualities of an entrepreneur, but the most important thing is that you have to have the willingness to take risks, because you're going to risk your time, your money, and it's going to take a lot of work and effort if you're going to be an entrepreneur. So when you get time, go watch Gary Vaynerchuk's top 10 rules for success, and especially rules 9 and 10 I find are really, really important. Okay, in section 2 we're talking about economic choice. So what we see here, choice is shaped by incentives. Okay, so incentives are things that get us to act in a certain way. So benefits that encourage to act in a certain way. So if you get a coupon in the mail that says buy one pizza get one off, that's an incentive. Or if some company is offering you no payments for 12 months, no interest for 12 months, that's an incentive to get you to buy something. Car companies do that a lot when they want to get you to buy a car. Or they'll, when people, Lowe's or Home Depot, are selling refrigerators, they'll say no payments for 6 months, and so on. Those are incentives. Utility is simply another word for usefulness. Okay, so it says here the benefit or satisfaction you get from using a good or service. So when we talk about utility, if you went to McDonald's and you ordered double quarter pounder with cheese and large fries, the benefit or satisfaction you got out of that would be what we would call the utility. Finally, we all want to economize. Economy simply means we want to get the most for the least amount of money or the least amount of effort. So when we economize, we want to get more of something and have to expend less money or less time to get it. Okay, so an economy car is one that's really small because it gets a lot of miles per gallon, so you're getting the most out of your gasoline. Okay, so that's incentives, utility, and economize. So economize, again, is making the best decisions based upon what you believe is the best combination of costs and benefits. Okay, so people are motivated by the incentives. They're motivated by the expected utility or usefulness they're going to get out of something, and their desire to economize. So if you go buy a new iPhone, you're expecting the iPhone to give you a certain amount of utility or a certain amount of usefulness that you want to get from that. So they weigh the costs and benefits, and again, they're motivated. The key thing in a market economy is that word there in the last line, self-interest. We're all motivated by our self-interest. We do what is best for us. It does not mean we are selfish. It just means that we're all different, and that's why we have so many cars to choose from. Some people choose large SUVs. They might have a big family. Or you might be a single person, so you choose a small economy car. You're just acting in your self-interest when you do that. Okay, one of the key concepts in economics is there is no free lunch. And what that means is, that was economist Milton Friedman who said that, and what he means is that something might be free to you, but it did cost somebody something. So in Metro Nashville Public Schools, we have free lunch, we have free breakfast for people and free lunch. It's free to you, but it's not free. It's being paid for by tax dollars. Okay, so if you go downtown and watch the fireworks on July 4th in Nashville, they're one of some of the best fireworks in the country. You sit there, you don't pay anything for that. It's free to you. However, the fireworks are not free. They cost almost $1 million for those fireworks. So somebody's paying for it. So there is no such thing as a free lunch. In every decision there is a trade-off involved. Okay, it's the alternative you give up when you make a choice. Okay, so you're going to make a choice when you leave Cane Ridge High School, whether you're going to go to college or you're going to go to work. You may be able to do both. Okay, but whenever you make an economic decision, there's always a trade-off involved. It usually means giving up some, or not all, but something in order to get something. So if you go to the mall and get a new pair of jeans, you're handing over $80. The trade-off is you gave $80 to get the pair of jeans. That's the trade-off. Okay, or if you decided, I'm going to go to college full-time, you may be giving up the opportunity to make money. And depending on where you go, you may have to take out a loan. That's part of the trade-off as well. Okay, so when we're here to opportunity cost. Okay, so opportunity cost is an economic term and refers to the value of the next best alternative a person gives up when they make an economic choice. So, if you decide you're going to go to college and you're going to go out of state, let's say you're going to go to Western Kentucky, let's say it costs $20,000 a year, you're going to give up the opportunity, or you might have the opportunity to go work at Walmart and make $16 an hour. So over a year you may actually make $24,000 working at Walmart. So if you decide you're going to go to Western Kentucky, the opportunity cost is the $24,000 you would have made working at Walmart. If you decide you're going to go work at Walmart, the opportunity cost is the opportunity to go to Western Kentucky and get your education. Okay, so the opportunity cost is the value of the next best alternative when you make an economic decision. Cost-benefit analysis. This is a good thing to do before you go to college. You look at the costs and you look at the benefits from going to college. So on one side of a sheet you would line up all the benefits. On the other side of the sheet you'd line up all the costs. And then when you get down to the bottom of each side, you have to make a decision. Which one am I going to do? What is it going to cost me, and what benefits am I going to get? And then you have to decide, is the cost worth the benefit, or is the cost not worth the benefits you're going to get? So when you do to go to college, you also have to consider, what are you going to major in? Think about it. If what you're going to major in can one day potentially be replaced by a robot, which a lot of jobs have been, then you might want to figure that into your cost-benefit analysis. Okay, so if you're going to spend a lot of money to go to college and a lot of time, a lot of effort, you want to make sure that what you learn there is going to serve you for a long time. Okay, marginal cost and marginal benefit. These are economic terms that refer to the additional cost of using one more unit of a good or service. So if you go to McDonald's and you go in and you buy a McDouble, and you eat your McDouble, and your McDouble costs you $1.30, and you decide, you know what, I'm still hungry, so you go back and get another McDouble, the marginal cost is $1.30. Okay, the marginal benefit is the additional benefit you get from using one or more unit of a good or service. So when you ate that second McDouble, the benefit or the satisfaction you got, that is the marginal benefit. Usually the benefit goes down, especially when it comes to food, because we get full. Okay. So the relationship between incentive and utility. Okay, so incentives, again, are things that get us to act in a certain way, and utility is the benefit we get out of it. There are trade-offs when we make an economic choice, and there are opportunity costs. Okay. Whenever we just make an economic choice, there's going to be a trade-off involved, and it's going to have an opportunity costs. Okay, so, and then finally, marginal cost and marginal benefit. Again, the marginal cost is the cost that's involved in using one or more of a unit of a good or service. The marginal benefit is the satisfaction that we got from using that. Okay, that is Chapter 1, Section 2. All right, economic models. Okay, if you pick up a paper like the Wall Street Journal,